Yeah.
Get it started. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Shri Shailabhijanamburashishiram Sri Krishna Tatatmajam Sri Shailanve Devanath Sudhya Praptagamantatvayam Padabje Narsimhatate Guroho Nyastatma Rakshabharam Vidvatvrinda Chakora Chandiramaham Ramanujaryam Shraye Sriranga Sudha Madhu Samaswadayantam Sriranga Mahishi Padapankajatmajam Sulabhashrayam Sada Moda Siddhamadbhutam भजेऽहं गुरुं तं रङ्गनाथप्रियं सुखासनस्थं हृदयाब्जपीठे चिन्मुद्रयालङ्कृतपाणिपद्मं शुभोपवीतं विमलोर्ध्वपुण्ड्रं नमामि रङ्गं गुरुं अन्तरङ्गे नमामि योगसम्राज्ञीं विजयां विजयप्रदां श्रीरङ्गार्धासनासीनां करुणां मम मातरम् गुरुरूपपरञ्ज्योतिः ज्योतिरूपगुरुः अज्ञानमन्दिरं ह्येतत् गुरुविज्ञानमन्दिरं मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां नारायण सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रास ध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योमभास्करः सकृदेव प्रपन्नाय तवास्मीति च याचते अभयं सर्वभूतेभ्यः ददाम्येतत् व्रतं मम मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि वेदवेद्ये परे पुंसि जाते दशरथात्मजे वेदः प्राचेतसादासीत् साक्षाद् रामायणात्मना श्रीराम. Salutations to our Guru and the Guru of all Gurus. Will commence our session today. In the last class, we saw how Hanuman is getting ready to take the leap, a divine leap as it were, not only to demonstrate his Shakti, but also to do the duty that is on his very powerful shoulders and his extraordinary buddhi. And the fact that his gigantic form started to create chaos to the Mahendragiri Parvatam. So much so that there were small streams that started to form. The earth, of course, began shaking. And we also saw towards the end of the last class how the big boulders in the mountain, they started to fall down, and that also created a kind of fear to all the occupants of that Mahendragiri, right? Whoever had a property tax registration there, they were all, afraid that they may no longer be residents there, including the likes of Siddha Purushas, Maharshis, who were within their caves, and moving on to Vidyadharas, Yakshas, Kinnaras, Gandharvas, and various animals, various types of animals. And we saw a very beautiful description of Kavi Valmiki as to very first thing that happens for a Shubha Karma, because Lord Hanuman thought about Surya Bhagavan first, then Indra, then his own father, and the Bhutaganas, is the fact that Prakriti Mate is so happy that she showered flowers of different types. Although on the one hand, it is a description of the force of Lord Hanuman, and there is a terror associated with it. The pleasant aspect is that of showering the flower petals everywhere, not only where he is standing, but throughout the Mahendragiri Parvatam. So that shows that when we start anything difficult in our life, we'll always have two sides of the coin. And with the Lord's divine grace, if we start with a Satya Sankalpam, all the gods will be in our favor. We were in sloka number 17. Girina pidyamanene pidyamanani sarvataha guhavishtani bhutani vinedurvikriteswareihi. I guess that's where we ended the last session. Girina pidyamanene pidyamanani sarvataha guhavishtani bhutani. All the animals and creatures that were living inside different caves, they started to make very funny sounds that emerged out of fear. Vikritaihi swaraihi. Okay. So for example, kriti and vikriti. Kriti is that which is in correlation with creation. So if you want to see how a cuckoo bird, right, it speaks in a normal tone, kuhu, 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 right? That is kriti swaram. Vikriti will be the same cuckoo will sound like ah, which is like a crow. So there is kriti and vikriti. So vineduhu vikritai swarehi. The fact that this type of swaram is emerging out of fear, right, or some kind of anxiety is what is indicated by the Kavi here. The next sloka, number 18. Sa mahasattva shaila nimittajah prithivim purayamasa dishaschopavanani cha. Shaila nimittajah. Shailam, as we have seen, is the mountain, and the fact that the mountain itself is undergoing some stress, that is pida. Nimittajaha. Nimittamna karanam, jahana parakardu. Edanala, what is the root cause of all this is because of shaila pida. Nimittajaha. What happened because of that? Maha sattva sannadaha. Sattva sannadaha. Sattvam has many meanings. Here we should correlate it with the previous slokam. Vineduhu vikritai swaraihi bhutani sonarilla. Bhutani na creatures. Here sattva means the same bhutani or creatures. Sattvam rajas tamas neduthukodadu. We should correlate it with the context here. Maha sattva sannadaha is the loud noise that the various creatures were making. And prithivim dishascha upavananicha purayamasa. That sound started to fill the earth around that place. Dishascha, all the directions. So we know that sound can travel in many different directions. And upavananicha, there were a lot of surrounding groves there. They also started to get filled with the nadam that is emanating from the various creatures. Puraya masa, it started to get filled. That means imagine a scene where Lord Hanuman is now ready. He is not even leaping. He is trying to get into that pose to leap. That itself has caused so much chaos there. And this the creatures are now coming out of their caves. Shirobhi prutubhi sarpaha vyakta swastika lakshanehi vamantah pavakam ghoram dadam shur dashanehi shilaha. So we have seen the impact on Prithvi Tattvam, then the Up Tattvam, not UP, English up illa, Sanskritam up. Up means apaha is water. The various streams, new streams that started to emanate. Then we saw just now the Vayu Tattvam is sound. The sound is starting to fill everywhere. What is the next Tattvam? Will be Agni. And where is the Agni going to start from? Interestingly, So it is going to start from Sarpaha. There are various types of snakes there. Hmm? So if you have seen Vittalacharya movies in Tamil, you will be reminded of snakes of different categories. So you should imagine the same scene here. Okay. Sarpaha Vyakta Swastika Lakshanihi. Swastika Lakshanam. அந்த காலத்திலே ஹிட்லர் இருந்திருக்கான்னு அர்த்தம் இல்லை. சு அஸ்தி இது ஸ்வஸ்தி. ஸ்வஸ்திக லக்ஷணம். நன்றாக இருக்கிறதுக்கு பேர் ஸ்வஸ்தி. வாட் எவர் இஸ் ப்ளீசிங் டு ஐஸ் இஸ் ஸ்வஸ்தி. ஸ்வஸ்தி ந இந்திரோ விருத்தஷவாஹ ஸ்வஸ்தி ந பூஷா விஸ்வவேதாஹ. Right? Swasti means that which is pleasing to look. So even the sarpas know they should not go to beauty salons. They have a God-given mark. If you have seen some of the sarpas, they have the urdhva pundram, and not for no reason the Lord has given it to them. So they remind human beings of our goal in life. That is what I feel. So therefore here Vyakta Swastika Lakshanihi, the snakes have a divine insignia on their foreheads. அது லக்ஷணம் சொல்றார். லக்ஷணம் பார்க்க என்ன லக்ஷணமா இருக்கு அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? You are looking so gorgeous அப்படின்னு அர்த்தமா? லக்ஷணம், லக்ஷம்னா கோல்னு அர்த்தம். That which takes us closer to the goal is only called as a லக்ஷணம். அவ பார்க்கறது லட்சணமா இருக்கா அப்படின்னா, இப்போ ஒரு கிரிக்கெட் மேட்சுக்கு போகிறோம். So what is the type of dress you should wear? What is the costume you should wear? You cannot wear what you wear for the high street, isn't it? So கிரிக்கெட் விளையாட போச்சு லட்சணமாக இருக்கு அண்ணாக்கா, you should wear pads, helmets, gloves and other things. So therefore the moment you see that person, you will not be reminded of high street. You will be reminded of a match. It takes you closer to the goal. So that is what is called as lakshanam, that which takes us closer to the goal. Lakshyam is lakshanam. Vamantaha pavakam goram. So the snakes, they started to vomit. Vamantaha, vamana kriyai சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா? பாவகம் கோரம். அக்னிக்கு இன்னொரு பேர் பாவகா இஸ் அக்னி. ஏன்னா பாவம் பட்டவர் அப்படின்னு சொல்லக்கூடாது. Pavakaha is one who makes us pavitram is called Pavakaha. That which if you touch or see or get close to, you will get a sense of pavitriam. That is known as Pavakaha. Therefore, Agni is known as Pavakaha. So the snakes started to vomit out Goramana Pavakam Dadamshuhu Dashanehi Shilaha. So their very nature is also to use their fangs, isn't it? F-A-N-G, to bite. And they started to bite the rocks அப்படின்னு சொல்றார். அப்படின்னா imagine how powerful those snakes would have been. So this is a true Vittalacharya movie here. So they are grabbing the rocks by their fangs while emanating the fire from their mouths. तास्तदा सविशैर्दष्टाः कुपितैस्तैर्महाशिलाः जज्वलुः पावकोद्दीप्ताः बिभिदुश्च सहस्रधा. तदा सविशैः कुपितैः तैः. Then सविशैः, visham, those snakes which are completely poisonous by their nature, isn't it? Until you go and mess with them. Otherwise they are a sadhu only, isn't it? Snakes ulla cave, they were happily sleeping. Somebody woke them up. I will not blame Hanuman, I will blame the rocks now. Okay, Girina, isn't it? Savishaihi kupitaihi. So they are also very angry. Dashtaha taha mahashilaha. Dashtaha naka bitten abdin artham. The great rocks, mahashilais, they got bitten by the snakes. Pavako deeptaha jajjaluhu sahasrada bibhuduscha. What happened to the rocks? The outcome of this scene is the fact that even the rocks were burnt to flame. Meaning that is the high temperature with which the fire came out, and it started to engulf the rocks in flames. And Jajwaluhuna Jwalanam. Jwalanam is Jajwaluhu. Sahasrada Bibhiduscha. Bhidam abdina bhinnamayitu. It started to get fragmented. So the rocks became powdered on the one hand. On the other hand, they also started to get engulfed in flames. So the fact is that snakes are of two types. One is pious ones, that which take us closer to the Lord, and the second one is those that are full of poison and cause problem to us. And the fact that you are launching into a great activity, it is possible that in our lives both types of snakes will come out. So here the description is that of the fact that there will be obstacles, and obstacles are essentially in the form of our purvarjita karma, the karma that we do, punya and papa. The papas will come on the way. They will try to create a lot of obstacles. But if Lord Hanuman is with us, then the papas also will get churnitam. They will get bhasmi bhutam. So the fire that can cause problem to us can also be directed towards the obstacles. And with the divine sankalpam, we can overcome such obstacles. That's the hidden meaning we should take away here. Yani chaushadhajalani tasmin jatani parvate vishagnanyapi naganam nashekushamitum visham. Now, whenever there is a venom or visham, there should be a counter force for that. And how do you normally do that? You know, there are a lot of aushadhis. And Mahendragiri, we told, is a mountain rich in all types of, it's a supply chain for Kottakkal Ayurveda. All types of jadi butiya, herbs are all available in Mahendragiri. So therefore, you would expect that they will absorb all the visham and somehow re-establish the balance. But this sloka says that tasmin parvate jatani yani aushadha jalani. Tasmin, in that mountain, whatever shrubs had grown there, medicinal herbs had grown, vishagnanyapi, those which could counteract the effect of poison. Ghana abdina, that which removes abdina. Papa ghana means that which removes our papam. Vishagnanyapi naganam visham shamitum na shekuhu. They could, Sanskrit la vera mari varum. The naganam visham, snake's poison, if I were to read it in English, snake's poison to neutralize were not able to. புரியுதோ புரியாது. ஸோ இங்கிலீஷில் வேற, இது இங்கிலீஷில் விபரீதம் எப்போவுமே. சம்ஸ்கிருதம் ஒரு மாதிரி இருக்கும், இங்கிலீஷ் அதுக்கு விருத்தமாக இருக்கும். So the intent here is that even those medicinal herbs could not counteract the poison that was generated from the snakes there, which means the enormity of the situation. There is so much of poison around there. So therefore, what do you expect of all the creatures in that mountain? That is described in the next 2-3 slokas. Bhidyateyam girir-bhutaihi iti matva tapasvinaha trasta vidyadharas tasmat utpetu striganai saha. I'll tell the next two also. Pana bhumigatam hitva haimamaasavabhajanam patrani cha maharhani karakamscha hiranmayane lehyanucchavachan bhakshyan mamsani vividhani cha arshabhani cha charmani khadganscha kanakatsarune. So it is perfectly describing. This is the script a director would expect, whoever wants to make a movie. Very minute details are captured in these 3 slokas as to how all the creatures are going to catch flight from Mahendragiri. What happened exactly to each one of them? So the first thing, Ayam Girihi Bhutaihi Bhidyate iti matva. So the other creatures there, they started to imagine, there is no CCTV cameras installed there, isn't it? Nobody knows what is happening. There is something happening outside. I am inside a cave. So what will I do? I will try to imagine, project what is happening. So the creatures thought that some other creatures are creating chaos now. The fact that there are rocks tumbling down and snakes which are emanating fire is not seen by the creatures which are there in the caves. So they thought that some other creatures are creating an problem right now. Iti matva tapasvinaha utpetuhu. So the first people to imagine this are the tapasvis. Okay. So கேட்கலாம், என்னப்பா அவள்லாம் பெரியவாளாச்சு, அவளுக்கு தெரியலையா கண்ணு முடிண்டா என்ன ஆகுதுன்னு தெரியணுமோன்னு? அப்படின்னா கண்ணு முடிண்டா அவளுக்கு பெருமாள் தான் தெரியும். பிரகிருத்தியில் என்ன ஆகுதுன்னு. Prakriti is by nature vividham. It is multifarious prakriti, like the peacock's feathers. So therefore, they thought that there is somebody creating problem for us. And the first people to jump the ship were tapasvis. அதாவது one thing is, if we are the question may be, if we are deep into tapas, what is the need to run away? அப்படின்னு உங்களை யாருக்கான கொஸ்டின் வந்திருக்கும் இல்லையா? Am I correct? The fact is that there are rishis in various stages of evolution. So those who are one with the Paramatman, for them there is no need to jump out. But those who are one step below, sayeko manusha anandaha te shatam manusha anandaha அப்படின்னு ஆரம்பிச்சு sayeko brahmana anandaha, right? ஒரு படிப்படியா சொல்றான் இல்லையா? So if you are in different steps, you will have different types of fear that will come because of this event. So some people will be extremely terrified if you are in the manusha ananda stage. So if you are past the deva ananda, so you will still have a consciousness of the body, but you will have more consciousness of what is happening inside you. So therefore, such of those rishis who were not in the highest stage of evolution, they started to jump out. அப்படின்னு வச்சுக்கணும். Okay?
There is a question from Dr. Ravi as to where Mahendragiri is now geographically.
Oh, okay. So I will have to look and let you know. I have not done that due diligence. There is a question as to where the Mahendragiri is. So in all probability, the eastern Ghats closest to the Ramanathapuram areas. So we will have to see. That is the location for Mahendragiri. Okay.
Mahendragiri, I think, is on the way from Tirunelveli to Kanyakumari, near Panagudi. That is what is usually told as Mahendragiri. There is an ISRO satellite launch station also there.
Very good. So somebody, I think it is Sudha, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Sudha. One doctor answers another doctor's question. A third doctor is witnessing. I am a different doctor though. So what we should ideally do is to figure out where these divine places are. It calls for a bit of research which not only looks at geophysics, but the fact that there were Mahatmas who lived there. If we go and visit that place, there are certain types of vibrations which we will feel. And those vibrations will create a sense of bliss in us. So there are manam or measurements which go beyond the physical. So therefore, to identify these will actually call for a bit more of research. However, we should look at the descriptions, physical descriptions, geophysical descriptions given in the Valmiki Ramayanam also, and then we can take a call on them. Okay. So Vidyadharaha trastaha. So the Vidyadharas were terrified, is what it says. Trastaha means they were terrified. Pana bhumigatam haimam asava bhajanam. So the Vidyadharas, unfortunately, they are not true to their names. They should hold Vidya, Vidya dharati iti Vidyadharaha. But probably should add an a in the front, avidyadharaha. Why? Because they were having a quarter on one hand. You know, the word quarter that we use. That is what is described here. Pana bhumi gatam. They were enjoying the somarasa in one hand. Okay. And then asava bhajanam is that the drinking cups they had. Haimam, they were all made of gold also. You know, imagine. So they are technically enjoying the earthly pleasures there. Maharhani. Maharhani means arham. Maha-arham. Those which are very, very valuable. So the whatever, articles they were using to enjoy, they are all extremely valuable ones. Karakamscha. Karakam means goblets. And then Uchavachan, various big and small ones. Meaning, imagine it is like a today's bar, but nothing is glass there. Everything is golden. So they all started to tumble and they shake anatnala. And Vidyadharas were also mentally shaken. Then what else were they having? Lehyane, Bhakshyane, Vividhani, Mamsani. So they were actually having, Pancha Bhaksham solluvom illaya. What are the Pancha Bhaksham? Bhakshyam, Bhojyam, Choshyam, Lehyam, Paniyam. Those are the 5 items which should be part of a Pancha Bhaksham. And typically they will have solid, liquid, semi-solid, semi-liquid. Ultimately they should all be tasty. அது இல்லைன்னா அது பஞ்சபக்ஷம் ஆகாது. எல்லாத்தையும் పీరియాడిక్ టేబుల్ అని எல்லாத்தையும் கொண்டு வச்சுட்டு అన్ని మీరే తినాలి అంటే వివాహ భోజనం అవుతుంది. ఈ పంచభక్ష్యం, they are enjoying lehyam. Lehyamna, that which can be liquid is called lehyam. Bhakshyane, those which you can consume. Vividhani, mamsani, arshabhani, charmani, kanakat sarone. So they were enjoying different types of meat. Perhaps rishabha meat, the basically what we call as beef. So they were enjoying that. Charmani, animal hides, So they were enjoying various types of accessories made of leather. In a company, Michael Kors leathers, for example. Kanakat Saron, covered with golden sheaths. That's what it means. Khadgamscha, so the swords were covered with gold. Abhin artham. Hitva, after this, Stri Ganesh Saha, along with the company of women. Pava Valmiki is koncha sangojapatar. Avava ஸ்திரீக்களோடையா இல்லை ஒருத்தர் பல ஸ்திரீக்களோடையா அப்படிங்கிற நம்ம இமேஜினேஷன் கொடுத்தார். ஏன்னா you can imagine the fact that the moment you start having non-veg and you start having wine, then women will be plural only. Okay, so that's the type of pleasures they were enjoying there. Tasmat utpetuhu. So the Vidyadharas who are in this type of enjoyment suddenly were shaken and they flew away. That's what it says. Okay, next slokam. Krita khantaka gunaha kshiba raktamalyanulepanaha raktakshaha pushkarakshascha gaganam pratipedire. It describes further how the Vidyadharas caught the flight and they went up in the sky. So it describes their eyes here, raktakshaha. So they, not because they are angry, but because of the fact that they are full. Okay, so that is why they are raktakshaha. Krita Kantaka Gunaha. They were wearing all types of ornaments. Kanta Guna, sorry. Kantathukku gunam கொடுக்கிறது. Okay, ஆபரணம் அப்படின்னு சொல்றேன் இல்லையா, ஆபரணம் இஸ் a ornament. What is the meaning of ornament? ஆபரணம் அப்படி கிடையாது. ஆசமந்தாத் பரதி இது ஆபரணம். That which protects us is an ஆபரணம். And there is the Hori culture, HOARY, of Sanatana Dharmam actually ensures that our body is protected at various places. Right? There is a deep sense of both prayas and shreyas in the way we wear our ornaments. So in the Lalita Jewelers, do you remember there was a lady who is fully decked with ornaments. You could only see her eyes. Everything else was covered. I only pity her. That is not the definition of Abharanam. Vidyadharas. They are somewhere in between. They are not Manushyargal, but they have gone past that stage. They can fly, they can catch flight. Okay. So it's you can think of them as a Kadavul Padi, Manidan Padiங்கிற மாதிரி. So they have certain aspects which enable them to live on land at the same time catch flight. அப்படின்னு
வச்சுக்கோங்க. வித்யாதரான்னு வந்தது. வித்யா இஸ் நாலேஜ் அண்ட் அப்ப வித்யாதரானா இப்ப நாலேஜ் இருக்கிறவாங்கிற மாதிரி தானே.
ஆமா ஆமா.
அப்ப வாட் எவர் தே ஆர் டூயிங் ஆர் நாட் நாலேஜ் உள்ளவா பண்ற வேலை இல்லையா? Exactly.
So what probably it means is that they probably possessed Vidya before becoming these creatures. Unfortunately, that Vidya could not continue in such a manner, it gives them stress. So whenever we leave this body, we take on different other janmas that depends on our state of evolution. So probably they are, although they may be enjoying pleasures, at some other times they will go internal. So but they are in a stage where they enjoy more of the pleasures. So for example, in that Upanishad, Manushya Anandam, adukapram Manushya Gandharvam, then Deva Gandharvam, then Devam. So in that order, the type of, it's like if you think of a scale of enjoyment, leftmost is prayas, rightmost is shreyas. Prayas is pleasures of this world, shreyas is the pleasures of the other world. So it depends on how close you are to prayas. Probably they are closer to prayas than shreyas. However, they are ahead compared to Manushyas.
Okay.
So that's how you can treat it. Kshiba means they are intoxicated. Rakta malyanu lepanaha. They are wearing garlands which are also red in color. Gaganam pratipedire. They flew to the skies. Haranupura keyura pariharya dhara striyaha vismitaha sasmitas tasthuhu akashe ramanais saha. Valmiki is now describing the women folk who were along with the Vidyadharas. So they were also wearing hara, nupura, keyuram. These are all different types of abharanam. Haramna necklace, nupuramna anklets, and keyuramna armlets. Let them wear all of this. Striyaha, vismitaha. They were wonderstruck. They were only so far taking care of their respective husbands. Let us make it dharmic. But now they are wonderstruck because they could not think what is happening. Sasmitaha. They were also gently smiling because they have their Ramanais Saha. Their husbands are close to them. இவர் என்ன பார்த்துப்பார் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஒரு ஸ்மைல். பாவம் அவனே தடமாடிட்டு இருக்கான். And they think that the husband can somehow save them. So இவருடைய பார்த்துப்பான்னு ஒரு ஸ்மைல். சஸ்மிதாக. ஆகாஷே தஸ்துஹு. They stayed in the akasham. Darshayanto mahavidyam vidyadhara maharshayah sahitaha tasthura akashe vikshanchakruscha parvatam. Vidyadhara maharshayah. So this is where the Vidyadhara adjective now goes to the true seers there among the Vidyadharas. Okay, so there are, as I told, there is a continuum. So those Vidyadharas who are Maharshis also, Darshayantaha Mahavidyam, they were proficient in different types of knowledge. Now they started to see, okay, what is happening now. And Sahitaha means collectively, okay, Katta Panchayat pannu illaya, sitting under the banyan tree, there will be opinions, counter opinions, arguments, finally resulting in heat but no light. So they started to think what's happening, and they made a Akashe Tastuhu Parvatam Vikshan Chakruhu. So while taking a balcony seat up in the sky, கொஞ்சம் ஃபிசிக்ஸ்லாம் காதை முடிக்குங்க, ஓகே, திஸ் இஸ் பாசிபிள், feasible, அவ்வளோதான். வீக்ஷான் சக்ருஷ்ச பர்வதம், they started to see the mountains from where they were now. So they have taken flight because that gives them a vantage point. They will at least want to see what என்ன பாயிண்ட் இருக்கு அப்படின்ட்டு. So now they are becoming the CCTV. Okay, so now they are observing what's happening. Next sloka tells, Sushruvascha tada shabdam ऋषीणां भावितात्मनां चारणानां च सिद्धानां स्थितानां विमले अम्बरे. ததா தென் விமலே அம்பரே, ஓகே, விமலமா இருக்கக்கூடிய ஆகாசத்துல ஸ்திதானாம் சாரணானாம் சித்தானாம் பாவிதாத்மனாம் ரிஷீணாம் ச சப்தம் சுஷ்ருபுஹு. ரைட்? ஸோ தி ஃபேக்ட் தட் கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சம் அந்த வித்யா அப்படிங்கிறது இருக்கு இல்லையா, ஸோ தே ஸ்டார்டட் டு டர்ன் தேர் இயர்ஸ் டுவர்ட்ஸ் நாட் தி shrieking noise that was all around in that mountain, not looking at the rocks and the snakes and the Agni, but they turned their ears towards the great rishis. There are a lot of adjectives that are given here. What are they? Charananam. So they are known as Charanaha. That is another clan of rishis. They are able to catch flight in the sky. That is one way to look at it. But they also know how to do a sancharam spiritually. Siddhanam, they are Siddha Purushas. Bhavitatmanam, so they are extremely capable of getting into different states of bhavanas. Right? Rishinam, they are also seers, those who can actually see externally and internally. So they heard Shabdam Shushruvuhu, Shravanam Panna, Nandraha Ketargal. So they heard the Shabdam. We are going to see what that Shabdam is. Okay. So what's the next lokam? Esha Parvata Sankasho Hanuman Marutatmajaha Titirshati Mahavegaha Samudram Makaralayam. So the rishis are now announcing. They know exactly what is happening, and they are actually figuring out what is happening and describing it. Parvata Sankashaha Marutatmajaha. Parvata Sankasha means one who is actually resembling a mountain. So the rishis are able to see Lord Hanuman. They are not able to see the chaos. They are seeing it, but they are seeing the root cause of that. Parvata Sankashaha Marutatmajaha, that is Hanuman. Mahavegaha, who can go very, very swiftly. Yeshaha Hanuman, this Hanuman. Makaralayam Samudram Titirshati. He is going to cross this ocean, and the ocean is now full of makaram அப்படிங்கிறார், crocodiles. So there was a question, can we see crocodiles in the ocean today? அப்படின்னா இப்போ நம்ம பண்ணுற பொல்யூஷனில் எல்லாம் ரிவர்ஸ்க்கு வந்துடுதுன்னு சொல்லலாம். Probably there was a time when crocodiles were also seen in the oceans. சரியா? Or it is a species of crocodiles there. Makaralayam Titirshati. He is now going to cross this Makaralayam. Meaning the rishis not only know the current state, they know the future state. That Hanuman is going to really fly up in the air now, and he is going to cross. So that's the difference between ordinary human beings and Maharshis. And Vidyadharas, with the percentage of Vidya left in them, they listen to what the Maharshis said. Ramartham Vanarartham cha Chikirshan Karma Dushkaram Samudrasya Paramparam Dushprapam Praptumichati. So, எங்க அந்த காலத்துல கூகுள் எங்க இருந்தது? They figured out why he is crossing also. They are explaining that here. Imagine the power of rishis and the fact that Valmiki Ramayanam is a Vedam itself means that even today, if you are to adopt it in a fairly sincere and religious manner, and with the grace of our gurus, it is possible to get into those kind of different states. So, Ramartham, Vanarartham cha. So, Lord Hanuman is going to cross the Samudram for the purpose of Rama as well as for the sake of the various Vanaras, the different monkeys, isn't it? Dushkaram karma chikirshane he has taken up a job which is impossible. Dushkaram karma chikirshane, he is also desirous of crossing the ocean. Samudrasya dushprapam paramparam praptum ichchati. He would like to cross this ocean away onto the other side of the ocean. That's what the rishis mentioned that to themselves as well as to Vidyadharas who are actually eavesdropping them. Iti Vidyadhara Shrutva Vachastesham Mahatmanam Tama Prameyam Dadaru Parvate Vanararshabham. Vidyadharaha. So now that they have listened to the sages and what the sages are saying, Tesham Vachaha Shrutva Parvate Aprameyam Vanarshabham. So on the mountain, they actually saw the Aprameya, that is somebody who is beyond a measure, isn't it? Aprameya means that which cannot be measured is Aprameya. And Vanara Rishabha, that is the ox among Vanaras. Yeah. Narangalla Rishabhan சொல்லுவோம், வானரங்கள்லயும் ரிஷபா. The bull among the Vanaras, Hanuman. That means with the guidance of rishis who became their gurus, the Vidyadharas were able to see Lord Hanuman. Therefore, for anything in our life, we need a guru. Without guru, ஒரு கல்ல கூட நம்மளால நகர்த்த முடியாது. So the Vidyadharas, they probably came back to their senses. Oh, this is the reason. This is the person who is the ultimate cause. It is not Girina, which are the rocks, of course, created chaos, but the founder of the chaos, the CEO, is Lord Hanuman. And he is standing here and they thank the Maharshis there. Okay. So with that, we'll conclude our session today. Narayana. Guru Charanam Puja Nirbhara Bhaktaha. Guru Charanam Puja Nirbhara Bhaktaha. Samsarada Chirat Bhava Muktaha. Guru Charanam Puja. Krishna Krishna Sendriya Manasa Niyamadevam Drakshasi Nija Hridayastham Devam Bhaja Govindam Bhaja Govindam Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate ये कायेन वाचा मनसा इन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै श्रीमन्नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. सर्वं श्रीरामचन्द्रार्पणमस्तु. Have a great day and a week ahead. Thank you.